Ooh, hi there. Well, hello. I'm Kate. Welcome. Look how windy it is outside. Holy moly. My elderberry tree. So, yeah, the other night we had some crazy loud thunder. It was nuts. It woke me up, and then I saw my sister later that day, and she's like, "Did that thunder wake you up?" And yeah, it freaked me out. But our kids didn't wake up at all. So, we've had these afternoon thunderstorms lately. So it's been really crazy. But I think, uh, yeah, life has just been crazy. So I was telling my daughter today, we are going to just celebrate and live our lives and enjoy ourselves and prepare for some tough times. But, not get uh, too worried about it because, yeah, we're really fortunate. We have a good family network, and yeah, we're just gonna look on the bright side of things. So, lucky in Utah, you get used to extreme weather, but you think in terms of, well, it's not as bad as like Arizona, where it's so hot you can't even go outside. It is gonna get hotter in Utah next week. I've been getting somewhat acclimated to the heat. I've been trying to get my jobs done early in the morning, and that's been really good for my discipline, getting up and getting out on the road by 7 most of the time. Although, unfortunately, I've been drinking all these sugary coffee drinks. So, next week, I'm going to try and knock that crap off and make my own teas without caffeine. And yeah, focus more on what I'm putting into my body because I've been eating some garbage. But yeah, I am just trying to celebrate life and uh, enjoy what I can. And I really do feel good. Um, I feel like I've been getting good sleep because I'm physically tired at the end of the day. And I'm just constantly being reminded of uh, different things to be grateful for, you know? So, anyway, I'm going to keep this one short. I do want to do these more regularly, but it's been tough for me to get into uh, all the research that I wanted to do. But I have been drawing. Um, I've been doodling, but I've been using some of my big drawing paper and my nice markers. And so I might turn some of these marker drawings into paintings. I might do sort of a collage with them. I'm not sure, but I've been getting excited because our garden's looking really good. I've got the clary sage is all over the place. The lavender is looking great. Uh, we have comfrey. I transplanted some new comfrey this year and planted those next to some trees. And I'm ready to chop that down and use those comfrey cuttings as fertilizer. Uh, we have some beautiful clematis still. My new elderberries are doing quite well. Um, the yard is going to stress next week, I imagine. It's supposed to be sunny, and we probably won't have these afternoon thunderstorms anymore. So I will be watering my trees, but most of the other stuff we're growing is very water wise. The hollyhocks are blooming right now. I have my first sunflower that bloomed, and a bunch of other sunflowers are popping up, ready to bloom in the coming weeks. So it's exciting, and I have all these great plans for what I can do in the garden spaces. now that I have a little bit more time to do that, to be home. I have my new job, but it's giving me new inspiration as to what I can do in our own spaces. So, yeah, I'm super excited. I get to go to brunch tomorrow morning with two of my friends from school, and we're going to try out a new place that's pretty close to my house. And yeah, all things considered, things are fine. I've been listening to some new channels. They take on some quite serious topics, but the communities are small, and I like the energy that's coming out of those. It feels really nice to be able to engage intellectually with people um, when you can't always have these kinds of conversations face to face anymore. So at least there's some of these small spaces that are out there. Some people that are doing really good work, like Seb Solomon, the Doom and Gloom HQ channel with Sebs and Ali. I just found them thanks to Mark Kulak and Housatonic Live channel. I've told you a lot about some of these other channels that I'm following. Tonight, I'm not going to be linking to any of them, but hit me up in the comments if you want reminders for any of these channels that I've talked about here. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, I keep trying to figure out, how does one practice critical thinking when you realize that, yeah, you've been programmed, or you just never understood history, or the history that you thought you knew, you have to look at it through a different lens now for it to feel like everything's true, like I don't know. I'm coming to all these different um feelings and ideas really fast, and so that's the hardest part for me to deal with, is that every time I research something, I need to have a dictionary and um click on all these external links and read up get background on information. I'm just finding out about so many new subjects, and I think that's what they call going down the rabbit hole. But it's not to say that I want to, buy into any of this stuff that I'm reading. But again, my big issue and the goal I'm having, the challenge I have for myself, is that so many of us have such a disconnect from various things, and I'm trying to reconcile just being able to listen to what different points of view have to say and be able to change our mind, you know, but still kind of tap into this, what I feel must be some kind of instinct for, like a true morality, you know. I'm not sure if I can explain this right now, but this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm trying to find the words for. So I'm definitely really inspired right now, and it it is it is worrisome because I think part of my issue is, you know, lying to myself that everything's okay, that everything's going to be okay. So while I don't want to be doom and gloom and fear monger and worrier, I also don't want to be naive and be like, oh, everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Like, I do want to be able to ride that wave and understand that, yeah, if I'm um if I'm getting worried about something or if something sticks out in my mind, I should probably pay attention to that. I shouldn't let it consume me. I shouldn't get too freaked out about it, but I should definitely acknowledge it. So I think that's what is leading to like somewhat of our societal's mental health crisis is like we either hold these things in, bury them so deeply that we can't even acknowledge them and they erupt in these other ways. We like project our own mental issues onto other people, or yeah, we buy into it way too much and we're jumping from one guru to another without ever being able to stand up and formulate like a contrary position, not to be contrary, but just to say, oh, well, I'm not sure that that's right, rather than just going with the flow. So I don't know if that makes sense either, but I'm trying to figure these things out and process these things because my brain is going rapid fire, and it is no thanks to the caffeine for sure. But I've wanted some energy when I get home at the end of the day because I don't want to just go to sleep right away. And I've been able to study uh, after my chores are done, been able to listen to some really intellectually stimulating conversations. And yeah, they are from different points of view. Um, Many come from a Christian point of view, um, as limited as that description is, but you know, I'm listening to all these different things because I do want to understand our common threads. I don't want to just artificially force people to like come to compromises just because we have to compromise, even if we have different values. I want to learn to identify how so many of our values are actually the same. Let's just connect the dots with our language, and it's not so simple as just mere translation. You know, language can take away from so much because it can be misinterpreted. So, I think subliminally I stole that from that new show, the FX production with Jeff Bridges, The Old Man. So I'm going to be watching that this weekend. Um, and I really hope to join you in a few days. Please start commenting on my videos. I really need to build a little bit of engagement, um, just because I think this this message that I'm trying to get out there, it shouldn't just be stuck in like a vacuum, even though it is for my own reference and it is sort of a personal journal. I want to be willing to share it. And so I need you to help me with that. And no strings attached, just want to engage in the dialogue. So thank you. Have a wonderful night. And I wish you well. Good night.